Hello, it's Sarah Keane here. I am the person that you listen to on Pure Natural Pregnancy. Um, I just, I had to come on. I'm so devastated and upset and angry and I really don't understand what is going on with the Nursing and Midwifery Council and their decision to basically stop independent midwives from being at the births of their clients at the minute. Obviously, I'm not a midwife. I'm recording this podcast as a mum, so I don't know all the ins and outs. But from what I can gather, basically the NMC, the Nursing and Midwifery Council, have said that the insurance that the midwives, the independent midwives working with the IMUK, which is like a kind of a support body, rather than the NMC, which is the governing body. They've basically said that the IMUK insurance isn't enough, and it doesn't seem, from what I can find anyway, that they've actually said what would be adequate insurance. They've just said it's not adequate. And basically, there are around 80 of these midwives who are practicing independently within the UK who have now been told that they're not allowed to go and attend the births of their clients who they've supported throughout their pregnancy, who could be given birth at any minute, who've paid for their services. They're not allowed to support them now through their birth. Now, some of these women will have no access to home birth support within their area. Obviously, some areas don't do home birth support, so their choices will have been, their limited choices will have been what have pushed them to choose an independent midwife in the first place. Others, such as myself, I had birth trauma after my first, and I wasn't being supported in the choices I wanted to make through the NHS. That led me to independent midwifery. Even things like, some of the women, their choices are being taken away from them. They're being pushed into pathways, red pathways, high risk pathways, and an independent midwife is supporting a different sort of angle. If I had been pregnant at the time that this guidance had come in, or this ban on these midwives, promoting or not promoting, providing the services that they provide, if this ban had come in when I was ready to give birth to Freddie at any given moment, I would have free birthed. It's not something I ever wanted to do, but I'd have felt pushed into a corner with it. I know that there was a lot of people in the NHS not supporting my choices to have a home birth with Freddie after having a previous emergency cesarean at 33 weeks. I was 42 and 1 day when I had Freddie. Hi, Terry. And yeah, I think that from the people within the NHS that I'd spoken to, I wasn't really going to be supported with the choices I made, whereas the independent midwives supported me throughout. And I would have had a free birth, because I would have felt that if I'd have gone into the NHS, they would have said, you're high risk, you're over your due date, there's this, that and the other, this is what we want to do, we want to take all your plans out the window, we're not going to provide a home birth environment for you, and I would have felt totally disempowered. Freddie needed help to breathe when he was born. And, I don't know what they call it, whether it's resuscitation or rescue breaths or whatever, but basically the midwives, they jumped on me, pulled me out the pool pretty much, and got him breathing. And it just, these women who are fearful of having a baby through the NHS, who are they're having their right to choose where to have their baby. They're having their right to choose who their supported midwives are and who their carers. Sorry, Terry, don't be sad. It's really sad and it's really scary that these women are having their choices taken away from them, and the potential implications for that. This is not just about people who don't want to, follow the normal route of things. This is about women's rights in childbirth. It's about it's about autonomy. It's about being able to choose your own healthcare. And it's about the lives of these women who are going to give birth potentially without any support, without any care, and their babies. And I'm devastated for the midwives. I'm devastated for their clients. And I really, really hope that even if independent midwifery is not something that you ever would choose for yourself, if it's something that, please, even if you think you will never need an independent midwife, if you never even would dream of going outside of the NHS, if you think for a second that it is important that women are able to choose who they have at their birth, because these women as well, these midwives, they're not able to even go along as a friend or a doula. They're not allowed to offer any support whatsoever. They are totally blanket banned now from being at these births. If you think in any way that this is outrageous and disgusting, please give your support for the independent midwives in the UK in whatever way you can. There is an amazing midwife called Virginia House, and she's on Facebook. I'll pop a link into to the IMUK. Just please give them your support. Write a letter to your MP. Like their Facebook page, follow what they're doing, and just support them and support the women that need them, because there are so many reasons that they're needed and that they're loved. And I'm rambling and I'm teary, and I can feel myself getting all hot and bothered, because I'm so upset by this, and I just think it's disgraceful. So I'm going to leave you, and I'm going to post the links below, and please give your support and share things on your Facebook and let people know that this is happening, because it's disgusting. If you had cancer and you wanted to go private and you wanted to get a second opinion and you wanted to, not have waiting lists and not have to go into hospitals and things, imagine if that was taken away from you. Imagine if you needed an operation and you wanted to go private so that you could get it done as soon as possible and know that you had the very best care possible. And I'm not saying that you don't get the best care in the NHS. Sorry, my dog's barking. But if you wanted to have that right to choose, imagine that was taken away from you. It's exactly the same thing. I'm going to go and let my dog out now, because he obviously really needs a poo. But yeah, please do follow it and share it, and just be as outraged as I am.